In the heart of Cisco, Texas, a chapter in educational history began to unfold in 1909. O.C. Britton, a visionary educator of the time, rallied the support of forward-thinking citizens to inaugurate what would become the foundation of knowledge and growth, the Britton Training School. However, the winds of change blew through the institution during the tumultuous years of World War I. The impact was profound, and the doors of Britton Training School were reluctantly closed due to a depletion in student numbers. In 1923, the Christian Church of Texas breathed new life into the educational legacy, reopening the institution as Randolph College. For nearly a decade, it operated as a church-related four-year school until financial challenges forced it into a new phase as a two-year junior college from 1932 to 1936. Despite efforts, the college once again faced closure. It wasn't until May 8th of 1939, after months of strategic planning and collaboration with state officials, that Cisco citizens achieved a significant milestone. A bill was enacted into legislation establishing Cisco Junior College under the Cisco Independent School District. R.N. Cluck, superintendent of Cisco schools and a dedicated advocate, assumed the role of the college's first president. With the acquisition of Randolph College properties, the reimagined institution formally opened its doors in September of 1939, welcoming its first students in 1940. As the venture flourished, the college outgrew its association with public schools. In 1956, a Board of Regents was elected, marking a new era of independence for Cisco Junior College. In 1972, Cisco Junior College extended its reach, offering technical programs to Abilene. Fast forward to 1990, and the college became a cornerstone of education in the Texas Midwest, offering a diverse array of academic and technical programs across two primary locations, the main campus in Cisco and the Abilene Educational Center in Abilene. In 2004, a state-of-the-art facility in Abilene, nestled on 25 landscaped acres, became a testament to Cisco Junior College's commitment to providing quality education. And then, in 2009, a resolution passed by the Board of Regents celebrated a century of education on the original site. A proud acknowledgement of the past paved the way for a bold leap into the future, the official transformation of Cisco Junior College into Cisco College. Today, Cisco College stands as a beacon of learning, offering academic transfer programs, technical courses, continuing education, and innovative online learning options. Join us on a journey through time, where a humble beginning has evolved into an institution that not only adapts to change, but leads the way in responding to new developments in higher education. Welcome to Cisco College, a legacy that transcends borders, shaping minds and futures for over a century.
It means that we're another facility for providing of education to the students. It's not just young students; it's all the students that want to better their lives in Abilene.
You know, I know that when we opened the doors, when construction was completed and the punch list was done and the keys were turned over to us, going back to original enrollment surveys, enrollment reports, that growth was almost immediate, which I thought was really interesting. But it just shows the fact that we were engaged in this construction, this huge project for the college, this expansion of Cisco College into Taylor County, our service area, was a need, and we immediately tapped into that need that was there, and to this day we still are responsive to that, so I've always been, impressed by that. It's one of those things where you've heard the field of dreams, you build it, they will come. It's kind of that example there, which actually applies in our case in Abilene.
I think it adapted very quickly to what types of things were asked for by the community. When we met with the hospital early on, they made it plain that they wanted to work closely with us, not just in nursing, but in a lot of other programs. And We worked with the chamber. The chamber kept us abreast of what new businesses were coming into the Abilene area. And we worked with them on several projects to start doing training before the industry got there, or to work with the new industry to train employees for them. So we kept up with what was going on by working with outsiders, not just within. We were not a closed campus as far as this is all we're going to teach. We had to reach out, and again, the greater Abilene, we felt like at least a 50-mile radius around Abilene. And so we were looking there as to what was going on.
Well, the initial purpose was we were given Abilene as part of our district of responsibility. The college coordinating board kind of set that up, and each community college had an area of responsibility. And of course, Abilene fell into that, and so it's my understanding that prior to my being on the board, that they had moved some classes, some academic classes and some technical classes into Abilene, and they operated there for a number of years.
Well, a lot of the faculty and even some of the staff would spend time, maybe 2 days a week in Cisco and 2 days in Abilene. So they were excited with those of us that were only in Abilene, I would say. Also, when we borrowed the rest of the money that we needed to build this campus, money was also borrowed to do some refurbishing on the Cisco campus, because it was only fair that not everything went just to Abilene all at one time, and consequently there were some improvements and changes made in Cisco at the same time. So I feel like everybody was excited along with those of us that worked in Abilene.
Oh, we loved it. I had a window in my office. In Judge Ely, there was a big room, and there were like 8 of us and we shared desks and we shared space, and nobody had their own area. And then we came here and we all got our own offices, and there were windows and it was very exciting. There was a snack bar for a while that was great. And so I think it really was just so much easier to do our jobs in this building, that everyone was happier. I think it gave faculty a place to be. It gave us office space that we had not had before, so that we could sort of be set somewhere. It gave us classrooms that were designed to be classrooms, and so the space was certainly more functional than it had been in the past. And it was so much more attractive than where we had been, that it was a better thing to walk into every morning and think, I'm teaching and here I am at a college campus, as opposed to, oh yeah, I need to run next door to get Domino's pizza after I'm done with class. So I think it helped our impression of what we did in the community.
The positive changes at the Abilene campus is just seeing all of the students graduate. We've had so many students graduate, and you see that expand more and more every year, that we're outgrowing our graduation facility for the Abilene campus. When I first started, we had Abilene and Cisco campus graduation all together in one ceremony. Now we separate the two because there's so many people, and now we're looking at the Abilene graduation is even bigger than what we can hold, and so we're looking to expand that as well.
I think one of the positives, as we have embraced technology more, is that we have been able to reach students further away. I've taught classes counties away from here via ITV, and now we have online classes, and it allows us to go beyond just this region. It allows us to really impact an incredible distance. I had a student last semester who was sailing around the world on a sailboat, and once a week she would make sure she had Wi-Fi so she could complete her assignments, and that was on her sailboat. That's where she was. She recorded all of her speeches as she sailed around the world, and that is something we could not have done before.
a positive change revolves around technology, which means basically offering more classes in a different way. Faculty had to change the way they taught. Many of the older faculty found it a little challenging to learn to teach online. Then we started doing dual credit. That was challenging because we started sending some faculty to the locations. Others we were doing things like this, like Zoom, or doing it all online. So as those kinds of things happened outside of our control, we pivoted very quickly. I feel like we made those changes as quickly as we noticed that there was an opportunity there. I think the community was excited and interested. As I mentioned, Ms. Montgomery raised a lot of money, and the fact that businesses and individuals were willing to make contributions, monetary contributions, of course, was significant and showed that they were excited about having us with a real campus, because a lot of them were sending their employees and their children to Cisco and wanted it to be nicer than it was.
Our Dean of Workforce, Rick Marks, he has really gotten out in the community and talked to the members and tried to see what can Cisco College do to help the businesses. And as you know, Abilene is ever growing, new businesses coming in all the time, and so Cisco College is trying to help train the workforce that's coming in. And we created a Abilene advisory board to get opinions from the community to find out what are the needs of the community in Abilene and how can Cisco College help those businesses.
An external agency came in and did what's called an economic impact study. I believe that study was done back in 2018, I think, and it's only grown from that point. But if you look at which this study looked at the economic impact and those factors going into the number of employees that we have that are on that campus and those students that are attending that campus, earning a degree, staying in the region and working and giving back to the economy, it is absolutely incredible. So the impact of Cisco College on Taylor, Jones, and the region, those counties and the broader region is quite impressive and is continuing to grow.
Up until the last couple of years when people started retiring, there were a lot of us that had been here for a very long time. And then we got some new ideas and some new people to join in. Cisco College has always had a decent amount of diversity in their faculty. And so I think that has helped them to understand and reflect the values of sort of the larger community. The addition of dual credit has certainly shifted the average age of students that we teach. And so that, I think, has been the most significant change in terms of what we see in the classroom. If you had told me when I started I would be teaching 14-year-olds, I would have said, there's no way. I'm not doing this to teach 14-year-olds, but I teach a lot of 14-year-olds. And so I think that has been the biggest change, has just been that shift toward a younger student body. We have a couple of medical professionals here in town. My dentist took my class when he was taking this class as a dual credit student. And I didn't realize that when I just saw his name until he walked in, and I'm in the dentist chair, and I went, oh. And then you start trying to frantically remember how they did before they start poking you with dental implements. I think one thing we do well, I know one thing we do well, is meet students where they are and give them what they need. And we're able to do that because of our smaller class size. But we have done that since I started. What do you need? Let's make that happen for you. We are not a cookie cutter experience, and that is one of our strengths.
You know, the nursing and allied health, the second floor, all of that is a completely different experience than you can get at the Cisco campus. We didn't have any of that. The welding and the auto tech, a lot of the the workforce, those are different than what Cisco has. And there were people that from the Cisco community that would drive over to Abilene campus to learn other trades than what we could offer here.
Having the availability of education. I know the universities have been there, and I know their degree programs that they start people out with, but just the idea that just anybody can enter. We don't have quotas. We don't have requirements. A high school education or a GED certificate can get you into a community college anywhere in Texas, and you can begin your education. If you go on to get a degree, it's not important where you started. It's important where you finish. And just getting people into that educational pipeline, whether it's a certificate program or whether it's a degree program, what it is, I think it betters people. A little bit of education goes a long way. But we'll continue to develop programs that fit the needs of the community. We have people that look at that all the time and try to deal with the needs of the Chamber of Commerce and just basically the industry in Abilene. If they would come to us with a need, we could develop a program that would fit that need.
I do know, with me being in Cisco, whenever I go to Abilene and I wear a Cisco College shirt and I go to Sam's or I go to Walmart and somebody sees my shirt that says Cisco College, and I get so many people that say, I went to Cisco, and they're proud of it.
We have been very flexible, incredibly flexible in what we have done in terms of courses offered and class formats and driving around to various high schools. And I think that has helped us get to where we are. I would love for the lasting legacy of this building and of Cisco College in the Abilene area to be a place that provides necessary services for people in the community. For me, that would look like some not-for-credit courses in finance, in public speaking, in creative writing, in come in one Saturday and let's work on your resume. I think that is an opportunity that we have not yet taken advantage of. And if we could do that, and we could make this building sort of a continuing ed for a variety of different people, so that they have somewhere that they can come and get help with things, that would be, I think, the most meaningful impact. I think if we continue to emphasize our academic and professional school opportunities, not just in the high schools but other places, then we have an opportunity for growth there. Our non-traditional student body, which used to be the majority of the people who took classes here because we were a commuter campus, we don't have as many now. And I know they're still there. I mean, it's not like those people no longer exist. They've just sort of forgotten what we can do for them. And so I would like to remind them of that so that we can have all ages and all walks of life in our classrooms, because that's one of the beauties of a commuter and a community college, is that it's not just a bunch of 18-year-olds, it's everybody.
That journey's continuing, The lasting legacy kind of tells me, well, it's, something that's a little more, that's it's still evolving. Let me just say that. The lasting legacy of that campus, that's still evolving. And so I can say this, under my time here, and I'm starting my 9th year as president, one of the things I had coming here is I recognized early on that the individuals, the great citizens of Taylor and Jones County and Abilene and the region don't know about Cisco College. They don't know the impact of Cisco College on the region, and they need to know. We need to tell our story. So the lasting legacy will be that we're a valued partner in educating and producing the workforce for the region. And that's a direct line with the Economic Development Group and the push for the Chamber to really create an environment for growth in business and industries, and both in the current ones and ensuring they've got a skilled labor force, and in the new ones that first question they'll ask is, can we, do you have a skilled labor force over there? And I can tell you right now, the lasting legacy will be that we maintain our steadfastness and readiness to respond to any business or industry that comes into that region and those that are currently in the region. We're ready to partner, and we'll be there for them. And we've got a long history of doing that. Incredible history of being that responsive. Core to our mission. I really envision growth. I see us continuing to look at opportunities and be responsive to those opportunities. So I'm really pleased that we have the ability on the footprint on the Abilene campus to grow. We have additional areas where we can continue to expand, and we already have a need, especially in the allied health areas and the industrial tech areas, welding and HVAC, which HVAC is in a separate modular building out back right now. And so we do have a need to expand. And so certainly in my time as president, and what we will be engaging in is master planning coming up this next fiscal year. We'll hire an external firm to come in and help us with that new master plan for the college, and that will guide our decisions over on the Abilene campus in the future. And of course, when you engage in that kind of planning, that level of planning, that involves everyone at Abilene.